I'm very sorry for disappearing for a month. Now, does that mean I won't do it again? Absolutely not. I am so horrible at being a content creator. Hypixel Skyblock. It's a game with a few flaws. Okay, maybe a bit more than a few. Okay, maybe there are a lot of flaws. But I'm here to talk about all of them today. This is everything wrong with Hypixel Skyblock. Maybe not everything. I don't think I can fit all of that into one video. Now, I know what a lot of you are probably already thinking. The lack of content. As a creator, I'm always going to be an advocate for more updates because it means more videos. Not that I upload consistently or anything, but I'd much rather see a few smaller updates more frequently compared to a big update once a year. Take the Nether update, for example. It was so hyped up, and I didn't know one person who wasn't excited for it. And then it took half a year to release, only for a majority of people to hate it. There are more people in the park than the Crimson Isles. Why are there so many people in the park? What are you doing there, circle jerks? Speaking of the park brings me to my next flaw. Foraging. Everyone's lowest skill. I'm combat 60, enchanting 60, taming 50, alchemy 50, and I'm foraging 21. I will be foraging 21 for the foreseeable future, at least until they add something to improve it. I'm sorry, but this is not fun. Neither is this, and this isn't fun either. Foraging is not fun. If you think it is, you should be arrested because you are clearly not in the right state of mind. Like, imagine you have a kid and you think that one day they're going to be all successful and wealthy, and then you walk into their room and you see them doing this. Farming is a similar story. I think the farming contests are a very cool concept, even though they're basically impossible to win consistently because some random macroer with crazy netherwart nuking cheats will always farm more than you. But in the end, farming is still just this. A lot of people make the argument that farming and foraging are bearable because you can just watch a movie or show on another screen. I shouldn't have to entertain myself with something else while playing a video game. My point is, I think foraging would benefit from a similar system to something like fishing. Maybe some tree goblin comes out and grabs your balls or something, I don't know. Dungeon progression. I don't think it was always this weird, but I feel like as time goes on, it becomes worse and worse. Let's take a look at Mage, for example. Early game, you got the Bonzo staff, 3 million coins. After that, you could go for the Spirit Scepter, 12 million coins. Then comes the Yeti Sword, costing you 50 million coins and the knowledge that you are blocking every arrow your archer is shooting. Or you could go for the Midas Staff, a weapon that guarantees you get kicked from every party you join. Don't like the Yeti Sword or Midas Staff? Too fucking bad, because the next weapon that isn't absolute garbage is the Hyperion, which only costs 1.1 billion coins. Or let's take a look at Archer. Use the Juju Shortbow until you get Terminator, which only costs 43 times the price of a Juju and any chance you previously had of being laid, which is probably zero considering you play Skyblock. And the Terminator is a touchy subject, because not only is it an archer weapon, but it's also for berserkers, tanks, healers, and even mages. Now, I'm no math genius, but I believe I just listed 5 classes, and Dungeons has a total of 5 classes. Mage gets a few choices for gear, and berserkers also have a couple options, even though most of them are irrelevant in comparison to their short bows. What do tanks get? The only tank weapon I can think of is the Earth Shard, which I'm pretty sure is just a fucking rock. This thing is literally like 2 inches long. I'm pretty sure its right-click ability is just compensation. But at least tanks get armor. What do healers use? There's like the Mender Crown, which sucks. And then for weapons, you get the Fell Sword, which also sucks. I feel like there's a very poor distribution of gear among the classes and also very poor balancing, because I feel like there's 3 different categories for weapons in Dungeons. You got the weapons that are just completely useless, and then there's like some okay weapons, and then you have the stupidly overpowered weapons that are considered mandatory to have in late game. The lack of tutorial is another thing I want to bring up. When I started Skyblock, the game was so overwhelming to me because there were so many items and armor and I didn't understand any of it. I didn't really know how anything worked at all, and I had to rely a lot on YouTube tutorials, and even those videos were hard to understand for someone who knows absolutely nothing about the game. Especially Dungeons. I feel like Dungeons had a really steep learning curve for me. I didn't even know what star mobs were until floor 6, because no one ever told me. I think Skyblock could benefit from a guidebook that goes in the Skyblock menu or something in game to refer to. Now, I want you to take a second and think about your favorite thing to do in Skyblock, and consider if it's just doing one action over and over again. The answer is probably yes. I took 1 second to really think about Skyblock's gameplay and realized just how heavily it relies on repetition. Combat, repetition. Mining, repetition. Farming, repetition. Players are the same story. It's just an endless cycle of killing mobs, killing the boss, and repeating over and over again. The only thing I can think of in Skyblock that has some variance is Dungeons. Coincidentally, Dungeons is the most popular aspect of the game. The layout of the catacombs is different for every run you queue up for. Dungeons is also the only part of the game that has any focus on actual skill.
Trouble.
PJ, you should just play tank.
I'm dead.
You should just
I'm
play
dead.
tank.
You can't even survive until pad. I had to pad. I'm dead.
Oh,
No,
Is it
none of them are
insults?
going in the video, Christina. I can't have people see me like that. The thing is, I have good ping now. I have no excuse. I'm literally just bad.
PJ, what are you doing?
Your secrets.
Go
Christina, that was nice play. What do you mean?
The more you play, the more you improve, and it's a struggle to become a skilled player. I can see this importance of skill in higher tier slayers like Void Gloom or Blaze, but not really much of anything else. Like, how do you get better at farming? A veteran farmer is going to farm basically the exact same way as someone who started farming 2 days ago. What do you guys think the admins could do to improve Skyblock as a whole? Let me know in the comments. Although this video was about all the issues that the game has, I still love playing Skyblock every day, and I purely made this to entertain. If any of you want to chat with me, you can go ahead and join my Discord server. That's going to be in the description somewhere, and I hope you'll join me next time when I talk about how everything in the universe is either pizza or not pizza. Okay, bye!